and now we're really not going to work on things.
Are you okay being a single dad?
I'm going to have to make it work. I'll find somebody in those years. I'm not going to somebody.
No, are you okay if I'm just not involved at all?
I don't give a fuck. I can make it work.
I don't know what to do anymore.
She's talking.
You!
Did you get that? Okay. She's home. So you cheat and then you wreck the house up. That's really, really nice.
Will you threw my house up?
What's up, everybody? What's up, tribe? Today we are covering what happens when a feminist is held accountable for cheating instead of being rewarded. So let's get into it, shall we?
Dad found in a different spot.
That's not true. Just sit in your closet.
You can change your daughter. I'm done.
Get in the car and leave. Wow. So you cheat and then you do this. That's really... Wow.
Yeah, I am because you're calling me a like I don't have feelings, like I'm not a real person, like I didn't go through some real the last year. Are you kidding me?
We all did today, but I didn't cheat.
No, you didn't give a about my mental state. I was a brand new mom.
You didn't get shit on my either.
Yes, I did. When I couldn't handle my own you didn't care about that. You couldn't be strong enough.
It was my fault. Okay, I don't care. Doesn't matter. Vote.
No, you have no idea where I was.
Yeah, it's always the man's fault. Well, to any woman who's watching this, hey, I'm terribly sorry about whatever emotional problems you're going through, but they are your problems. They're not the problems of men. Okay? Men cannot control your emotions for you on your behalf. We honestly gotta get that. No one can do that. Also, I want to point out here, like, hey, do I acknowledge that there are men who do cheat as well? Yeah, of course I do. I acknowledge that completely. However, the majority of cases of men cheating is for very legitimate reasons. Either their wife or partner is abusing them, like this one here. Or their wife is denying them sex for a long time period to the point where man has no choice but to seek out an alternative for that biological need. To all the feminists that are watching this, yeah, if you're denying your husband sex, guess what? It's technically you're at fault then for the reason why he's cheating on you. Because you gave him no other alternative to satisfy a biological need. You really did not. Now, for a majority of Western women, on the other hand, because after all, we all know women are the gatekeepers to sex, well, as a direct result of the feminist movement, the majority of Western women, they have a tendency to cheat on men because they're taught at a young age by the feminist movement to use sex as a weapon against men. So when the majority of Western women cheat, not all but majority, it's for very petty and spiteful reasons. It really is.
And you don't care, you didn't care then! All you cared about was that I was making up! That my feelings were made up!
No, I don't care now.
Are you serious?
I don't care now. You understand this is over. I'm not going to get violent.
The couple had clearly reached a breaking point, but while the emotions on both sides seemed raw and real, officers were looking for something much more specific, and the cameras gave it to them.
Is there any point in me trying?
No. I've already told you there's no chance in hell. I will never forget
I am going to get the iPad, I'm going to give you my password.
No, because that's not a relationship. But you realize that you are never going to have access to any of my things ever again. You have shown me how little I mean to you.
That's not true!
You have shown me how little our beautiful little family meant to you because B was more important. Try to imagine what that pain is.
I'm feeling it right now. I made a really bad choice. Are you kidding me? I have to live with the fact that I'm never going to be good enough for these kids.
Yeah.
I have to live with that. And
Don't. screaming in front of
Give
me.
me a chance! Give me a chance!
Danae, you're doing this in front of the kids. Go for a drive. Stop. Danae, you need to stop right now. Your kids are staring at you. You cheated on me. Get in the car and go for a drive. You are going.
If I go for a drive, I need something close to you.
Fine. You cannot do this in front of our kids.
And the feminist woman's real problem is she's being punished or held accountable for cheating instead of being rewarded. And justifiably so. Because this woman just refuses to understand, like, hey, when men chooses to love you and start a family with you and stuff like that, they're putting a lot of trust into you. We're talking about like years that this man is just never, years of his life that this man is just never going to get back. He is. Yeah. And then all of a sudden, well, let me backtrack. Picture this. You spend a lot of your life loving a woman, many years of your life that you're never going to get back, that you could have been doing other things. Only to find out, hey, this woman just completely betrays you. She did. She betrayed her trust. She betrayed everything. Not because that you now officially lost years of your life you were never going to get back. You never will. Like, for me, I had a similar moment. It was back in a church that I used to be a part of since 2016 to 2024. Loyal member of that church, and the women that church thanked me by suspending me from volunteering to serve God for refusing to parent them, even though they're full-grown adult women in the United States. Years of a man's life just completely gone, that he's never going to get back. And women like this just don't care about that. When a man faces that betrayal, a majority of the time, not all the time, the biggest question they end up asking is, hey, if you don't care about that, why should I care about you? Now, I can't say the actual word for YouTube channel purposes, so I'll say what our influencers say is great. Why should we care? The answer is, I came up with is that I no longer care anymore. I mean, yeah, do I acknowledge that grape, that's what that's what everyone's calling nowadays, is a crime? Of course I do. I fully acknowledge that. But I also acknowledge I have no legal obligations to help you ladies in that matter and something like that at all whatsoever. So unless if I'm issued by a court order to help you ladies with that, I'm not going to help with that. I'm just going to walk away. I am. And the reason why, because you ladies have, as a result of the feminist movement, the majority of Western women here in the West have created a system where helping you ladies out with that is just not worth the effort anymore. It really is not. Because men risk way too many dangers if they help you out with that. So I'm just not going to help. I'll let you be a strong, independent woman and let you take care of it yourself.
Look what he's doing to me!
Danae, you did this to yourself. You slept with somebody. You're only doing this because you got caught.
No, I'm doing this because I'm devastated that I'm losing you!
Well, then why are you worried about losing me now after you cheat on me? What about all the times before that when you didn't give a There's a big difference.
What the cameras captured was Danae being confronted after getting caught cheating and being unable to find any common ground with her husband. However, the following scenes revealed an even more absurd behavior on Danae's part.
After what I saw, Danae, there's no chance in hell I could ever care about you in that respect again. Do I care about you as the mother of my children? And whatever. Yeah, you know.
You don't call somebody a slut over and over and over.
I'm sorry.
And
I was very angry that
and over.
I was very angry that you cheated on me today, and I had every right to be.
I can't live without you, Brent.
Well, you're gonna have to learn how. I can't live with someone who cheated on me like that.
I want to show you.
I cannot live and or be with someone that cheated on me like that. That is a deal breaker.
Please.
You
But
don't.
I'm not just somebody. I'm the mother of your kids.
Which makes it even worse that you cheated on me. You do not get to cheat on me and do what you did and say all that disgusting things and then you don't get to sit here and cry and scream at me and demand that I give you another chance.
I'm not demanding, I'm begging.
And I'm telling you no.
Like a f***ing peasant.
I'm telling you no.
Personally, I'm with this guy all the way. I have a very similar rule when it comes to women as well. You do not get to make allegations of me making you feel uncomfortable and still get to have me in your life. The answer is no. You do not get to say horrible things about me and still get to have me in your life. The answer is no. The moment you say that stuff instead of showing actual gratitude, that's when I cut you out. I don't care who you are to me. The moment you demonstrate that I'm not important to you, the moment you betray my trust, that's when I cut you out of my life. I'm not going to put up with that anymore. I don't want to.
You don't get to do this. You don't get to go off and do something like that and expect me to still be here.
I don't expect it.
You don't. Well, it doesn't matter. You are expecting. You're
I'm not expecting it. I knew what your reaction was going to
You
be.
keep saying we're not over. We're not over. I'm telling you.
I don't want to be over.
Today.
This family was the most important thing to me.
Then
Now I
why
have nothing.
did you do that? Stop. Stop! Today, Jesus! You're scaring this him!
What?
Stop! Stop it! You're scaring this.
I'm really glad these things come pre-censored for YouTube channel purposes. I'm actually really am glad about that.
As the argument reached its peak, Danae's actions defined everything that followed, all captured by the home's cameras. After accessing all the evidence in that footage, the officers had to take action next.
Hi, ma'am.
Hello.
You are?
Danae Barr.
Danae Barr. Sounds like you called for a standby, right?
Yes.
I'll tell you what, I'll explain everything. I need you to hop out of the car for me.
Oh, sure.
All right, step right back here. Danae, we're going to explain further, but right now I need you to turn around, place your hands behind your back. You've been placed underneath arrest.
I'm sorry, what?
I'll explain everything in a minute, ma'am.
Okay.
You can be cooperative and decent with us.
Yes, I am.
Okay, why don't you turn around and put them in front? We don't need them handcuffed in front. We'll explain further. Just going to need some time, okay? I know this is probably a confusing situation for you, and I understand that, and we are going to explain it further, okay?
Yeah.
All I can tell you right now is I know that you've been in contact with the detectives, Detective Strandon and Detective Braun throughout today, right?
Yeah.
So what we're going to do is we're going to transfer you down to the sheriff's office. They're there, okay? And then they're going to talk to you, and they might be able to shed some light onto this situation as to what's happening, okay? I know this is a lot, but the detectives will be able to provide more information than what we can because we don't have a lot of answers. We've been in contact with them.
Can you guys just call me into the sheriff's office instead of trapping me?
We weren't trapping you. We were just told to come here and try to make contact with you and then bring you down to the sheriff's office.
The lady told me to go to the house and someone was going to escort me in and help me get my kids' medical supplies.
Okay, I think maybe there was some miscommunication there.
I don't think so.
Oh, okay. Well, I don't know about going to the house to get medical supplies. I know that we were told to come here, and maybe things change, things evolve in this job constantly, and information is constantly changing between us and detectives, or they learn more things, or they learn new things, which maybe that's why the situation has changed to not going to the house anymore to meeting with us. I don't know that. I don't want to speak to that. I don't want to give you bad information because I don't know anything about this case at all. None of us do here, okay?
So he broke my nose, but I'm being arrested.
Okay, man, we all saw the footage. He did not break your nose. He clearly did not touch you. You injured yourself. You did. That injury is clearly self-inflicted. It is. Also, look how this woman is smiling at this. Like, she's smiling. Like, this is disturbing. She's making an accusation about her own husband and smiling about it. Yeah. When a woman is smiling and making an accusation at the same time, that's a clear sign that the woman is lying. It is. Now, as for the reason why she self-inflicted an injury upon herself, it's obvious. She was caught red-handed. The cameras caught everything, and her only real way to get rewarded for cheating on her husband is to create another situation that she could get him arrested for. Because, hey, alimony's officially out now. You were caught red-handed. All the in camp lawyers caught everything. Like, hey, I know, like I said before, there are a lot of things here in the West that are very male-biased. I already know that. However, even the most biased of people have their limits. It's just a matter of finding where that limit is. That's all there is.
The back of the residence.
And I don't even want to get into the case details with you, honestly, because I don't know any of the case details.
No, I know. It's just...
The detectives do.
I had to say it out loud.
What the officers didn't know yet was that Danae had a story of her own to tell, and some of her accusations would put the situation in quite a disturbing perspective.
So again, we're going to go back down to the sheriff's department, okay? And then you'll get to talk to the 2 detectives that you talked to earlier. Let's get this squared away. All right?
Is it going to take a long time?
I'm not sure.
What happened from last night to this morning?
Well, I guess it started Friday, but it's like very easily paraphrasable. Their dad and I just aren't working out. And we've had this whole back and forth over the weekend. He has controlling and patterns of behavior. He broke my wrist in August. Last December, we got into an altercation and my face was...
Okay, I want to put a disclaimer here, everybody. I work for the Heart of the Hospital, sterile processing technician for quite so many years now, and I can tell you straight up, if the woman really did have a broken wrist, there would be medical records of it. The hospital, we're required by law to document everything. We really are. So, yeah, I just want to put that as a disclaimer. Also, controlling is not a real thing. It's not. You can accuse your husband of controlling as much as you want to. That does not change the fact that you signed that marriage contract 100% on your own free will. You're going to call him, you accuse him of controlling you. You can accuse them of being a deadbeat, yada, 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 yada. That does not change the fact that you did indeed sign that marriage contract 100% on your own free will, regardless. Yeah, there's that.
My shirt was ripped up. I'm pretty sure I broke some ribs, but I didn't go in. Well, you do for broken rib anyway. You don't. And I wasn't even sure if that was just like a one-time thing at the time or what. And stereotypical, whatever. So this morning I got up. We're sleeping in separate bedrooms. We have been since probably shortly after my arm was broken. And we were fighting about what we did New Year's Eve or didn't do, right? This morning I woke up and I hadn't moved all of my stuff out of like his bathroom or anything, so I went into the master bathroom. So I went in there to brush my teeth. He got up and he was like, I can't sleep, I can't, da-da-da-da, and he just started, I work here. It's a half an hour drive. And he kept yelling and yelling. And then I started yelling. And we were a couple inches from each other's faces, and he just wound up and headbutted me just out of nowhere.
According to Danae, she had been the victim of her husband's violent behavior for a long time. However, Michael's subsequent statement offered a different version of the story.
Has she ever use a weapon against or threatened to use a weapon against you?
Which weapon, like a gun or a knife?
Gun, knife, bat?
She's hit me with like something in the kitchen, or she threw scissors at me.
Okay.
But she only threatened to use the gun on herself.
Okay.
And she kept putting the gun in her lap and threatening to kill herself.
Has she ever attempted to kill herself?
Not that I know of, but she's threatened it.
Okay.
I don't know how that...
Yeah, I've seen plenty of feminists who threatened to lead themselves too when men held those women accountable, and when I see that, I just say, go ahead, okay, it's up to you. Okay, you do you. I'm out. Yeah, which I know it sounds a bit cruel, but like, hey, it's not my job or my legal obligation to stop that. So if you want to do that, knock yourself out.
I want to word that one.
Alright, I'll just put no, because It says attempt, but you said she did mention about killing herself, but never attempted.
Yeah, she's never actually gone through with it, but I mean, saying I'm going to kill myself with a gun in your lap, it wasn't loaded, but it still was, you know, what if I walked in 15 minutes later?
Right. Right.
But it's just the only thing it's been is just the violence of her throwing things at me or across the house or pushing me, things like that.
Okay. Did she have physical contact with you today?
Yes.
Did that physical contact cause you any pain?
Forehead.
At the police station, an obvious contradiction began to emerge. But as detectives also listened to the husband, suddenly the case became more problematic than expected.
I'm sure your head got at you. Was there any bleeding or any...
Oh my god, I bled all over the car. It immediately just started just gushing. There was nothing else after that.
What was his reaction?
He said, "Why did you headbutt me?" He said that, "Why did you do that?" Where his cut is on his head, there's no way I could have headbutted him like that. I would have had to have been standing on a ladder. And I was like, I told him, I said, "Are you kidding me?" I didn't move. But no, there's a huge puddle on the carpet in the hallway, and then, because it was in like the door jams to the bedroom. So I was trying to leave to go to work. So there was a big puddle, probably like this big in the hallway, and then I obviously went to the sink. I like ran to the sink, and I got a towel right next to the sink. And he was cleaning.
Okay, I just want to point out something here. We all saw those ring cam footages at the house. We all saw them. That does not line up with the story at all. That's what this woman is describing. It's not. She has like an entirely different book of what happened. Like an entirely different storybook of what happened. Yeah. So why does he have an entirely different storybook of what happened that's not related to the camera footage at all whatsoever? I don't know. I really don't know.
Back when I grabbed the twins to leave. And he tried to like block the bedroom door and all that good stuff, but I didn't. There was nothing physical after that. I just kept threatening to call 911. And he eventually let me take them. And I told him I lied to him. I was like, "I'm just going for the day. I'm going to my friend Jordan's house." I was going to go to her house after this, but I'm just going to go to her mom's house now.
Denai's version was picturing a woman trying to leave a dangerous situation, but after watching the surveillance footage, it was clear that she didn't comprehend that the officers knew better.
How many times were you struck?
Just today or the
Yeah,
weekend?
just today.
Well, you could just say, she tried to hit me, he tried to kick me in the crotch, which was one, and then pressed her face hard up into mine, and that's when I stood up, and that was all this thing happened.
Okay.
Say twice, I guess.
Was the physical contact intentional?
Yes.
Did she damage any property?
Yes.
And what was damaged? Okay.
The floors and all that kind of thing, but so this morning, no.
Okay.
But then this the weekend, she damaged my floor. She broke 2 vases. She broke a glass big Christmas tree that my mom gave me like 15 years ago.
Okay.
She just slammed the door really hard, and I just had to fix the jam, but that didn't really break anything.
So the reason we are here, we spoke with you earlier, and we always want to get both sides with this kind of having a lot of moving parts. We contacted and spoke with other parties involved, which led us to kind of here. And with you being in custody right now, I have to read you Miranda, okay? Like, you're in handcuffs.
I understand that. I just don't know why.
And I want to explain all of that to you. We just kind of want to get a better understanding because there was things that were left out this morning. I watched, and that's why I want to read you this, and I'm hoping to have a conversation with you about it.
Yeah.
Not what I do. I can't give legal advice, but...
No, I just want to point out to everybody that, like, hey, this is one of the biggest reasons why a lot of men are choosing to, like, even myself, are choosing to become passport bros and get ourselves wives from overseas. It's not because we have anything against women. No, we have nothing against women. We're just noticing that because of the feminist movement, a majority of Western women of our generation and beyond just flat out don't really care about the third-degree felony known as making a false claim with the intention of harm. They just don't care about that. And, well, thing is about, and the big question that we're asking ourselves, okay, why would we want to risk dealing with that when we can just invest in the international dating market, get ourselves away from overseas that completely cuts that danger out? Yeah, like, you can say whatever you want about passport bros and the women we're choosing to date, but there's a lot to be said about a dating market, aka the international dating market, where the danger of the third-degree felony known as making a false claim with the intention of harm is just non-existent. It's literally just not there. So yeah.
What's going to happen next is obviously you're in handcuffs. We were watching some different video, and there was I'm just going to be blunt and kind of tell you what's going on. You don't want to talk to me, which is fine, but I think I owe you white handcuffs. We watched different videos of just arguments. I watched videos of you holding your daughter and listening to the arguments back and forth. You're throwing vases in the living room. You punching yourself in the head. You hit your head on the door. And it was a rough weekend for everybody, but the reason we're here today is, like, I asked you what caused these arguments and whatnot, and you never said that this all kind of stemmed from cheating. And when I watch videos and listen to the language and see everything, it's a complete 180 of what our conversation was today. And I don't want you to answer any questions because you want representation, but I just wanted to let you know that's the reason we're here today. Because I err on the side of caution, I don't take sides, and I really feared for the kids' safety. I want to make sure the kids are safe.
At this point, with both sides heard and the evidence laid out in front of them, the detectives had reached a decision that would determine what would happen next to the family.
Wasn't looking to have you get into trouble either. He doesn't get a say in this. He doesn't get to choose, just like you didn't, as far as pressing charges. I know everybody.
All right. Well, that's all we got time for today, everybody. If you like this content, by all means, like, subscribe. It really does help us out. You notice that YouTube has been doing a thing where they've been unsubscribing people lately, so please double check to make sure you're subscribed. It really does help us out, real big time, and helps us